Hi, welcome to Tom's Garage, Season 1, Episode 6. Today we're under the belly of the beast, the 2019 GT2RS, the fastest production car that Porsche has ever built. It broke the record at the Nürburgring, and it's broken almost every record or any track it's gone on in the US so far. So I thought I would bring you some of the components that made that so. Some of the suspension, a look at the turbo. Most people haven't seen the bottom of the beast, and you will today. Okay, here we're at the rear of the car, and I've got my camera and my Taschenlampe, which is German for flashlight, in the other. I wanted to show you this little component. This is the cold side of the turbocharger here, and it's an elbow, and they liked it so much they stuck the GT2RS name on it. It cracks me up. Let me show you also up in here. Let's come around, and there's the rear wheel steering. This car has rear wheel steering on it, just like the GT3RS car does. And it really pays off with the 700 horsepower that this engine produces. Wow, and look, it's got the wall shack package, has this lightweight options, which include this carbon fiber drop and torsion bars that come around, that go to the other side of the car, and it's in the front too. And then the air intakes, and some of these really, look at these meaty suspension components. This is definitely motorsport components here. Wow. So here is the scoop for cooling the brakes. And right next to it we have another small scoop. It's kind of built in, flat with the bottom of the car. And this little scoop, you won't believe that's cooling. It goes around the corner here, and it goes up here and cools the axle. I mean, I guess it gets hot. They built a scoop to do it. Okay, here's the turbo section on one side of the car here. And this is a discharge line here. It's huge. It's made out of rubber. It's going up to the intercoolers on the top there. But look, it's only three fingers away from the 325 tire. I would think that thing would just get hammered with rocks. So I guess you need to make sure you stay on the track. Those Germans always stay on the track, right? So here's the turbo. It's the VGT turbo, and look, it's coming right out to this little itty bitty catalytic converter here, and then look, it's exiting right out of the back of the car. It's quite ingenious, this turbo. Let me show you. I got a little device here. I like to show you the. I got this years ago, but this is how the variable turbos work on this car. Like, they have these little vanes that are operated by a little motor, and it opens and closes these vanes as the exhaust fuels come in to spin it. So you get quicker throttle response one way or another, and how they open and close. It's quite ingenious. It's like they've generated a big turbine. This would be a big turbine, and this would be a small turbine, all in one little package. It's cool. So here we are under the belly. This is the diffusers in the back, and moving forward slowly to the front of the car. As you would suspect, it's very flat under here. Nice aero, everything's inset. No air restrictions up to the very front of the car. Okay, we're in the front suspension on the right. You can see the air dam there to direct the air into the brakes coming from the front of the car. And then up here we have the carbon fiber sway bars and the drop links. And then we've got the sensors for the suspensions, for the ECU to read suspension information to keep it on the track if you're using that option. And then way up on the top you can see the huge red coilovers Well, yep. This is quite a automobile. And look, the dampers are built into the hub or axle, whatever you might call it. But look, it's set into the damper controls to adjust the ride. And then of course we have the 6 caliper brakes, and you can see this one here, the barcode I've melted into the unit. It'll be there for the rest of its existence, I suppose. So yeah, what can I say? Okay, we're at the front of the car, obviously, and we're all familiar with this monogram in the front, but this is not quite like any of the other RS cars. This is a huge splitter up in the front. This must create a couple 100 pounds of downforce in here, so much so that they had to put these cables in here that go through to hold the downforce. You can see it underneath here, the bolts bolting those cables in to hold that together. Otherwise this probably just would blink at 200 miles an hour. So you've seen the belly of the beast. If you'd like to see some of my other car bellies, click the link above and you'll see them all. All for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Bye.